I was. Sophie Pat here, Sing Martial Arts.
Was.
I got the Hanshi and the Shians with me today.
Was.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Hunchy Marcus Lee. I was born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. Trained a little bit of everywhere, but mainly in Durham. I am at the present, in my old age, I mainly stick with the Shotokan background, but I also have a Taekwondo and many different styles of Taekwondo. I got a Goju background, wrestling background, boxing background. But as you get older, I love my Shotokan.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So I focus on that, and then I also focus on the more of the old traditional weapons, only because it's something that's been in my curriculum for many years, and I sort of stick with it. But meeting Sophie Pat, I'm leaning more towards the knife. Every time you see me, you give me a knife. So, I've been stabbed 3 times, and I don't like knives, but he tend to want me to have a knife all the time. So I'm getting into the knife work and that stuff now. And I'm enjoying that, and my students are enjoying it. And so right now we're enjoying coming up to PA, sharing, and being able to absorb some of the knowledge that him and some of the Shions have given us on this trip.
Whoa, that's what's up. That's what's up. We got go ahead, introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, my name is Shion Maurice Kemper. I have an extensive background, mainly in arts jiu-jitsu. My karate base is Shotokan, hardcore. I started in Okinawa Tay in 83 in the Marine Corps. At 83 and 85 in the Marine Corps, Okinawa Tay. Came home, got with Sensei Robertson, and then Shion J. Hayford, and then went up under Grandmaster Duncan in Jiu-Jitsu. I covered Okinawa Tay, Shotokan, and I get Jiu-Jitsu. I got Jiu-Jitsu in the New Farrah, New Jersey.
Nice.
And then I got Hakaru. Actually, when I first got Keto in the Bill White, North Carolina. I went back to North Carolina in '95. Then I got with Professor Stroud. Well, Grandmaster Duncan sent me to Professor Hornsby for the ninjutsu.
Right.
When I got there, Professor Hornsby wasn't teaching ninjutsu no more, he was doing kids.
Okay.
So then I was with Bill McDonald down there in Shenru. And I told him I didn't want to teach, I came down to learn. I was with him for 2 days and had me teach. Because they had this thing called, it's thunder paper, like, it was like aluminum foil, but when you hit it right, it made thunder.
Right.
And so we're taught to pull back. You already know you want to hit them, so we pull back.
Right.
So I did that. And they said, "Oh, you done this before?" I said, "No, I never seen this."
So that's wait, but that from all the previous training. That helped.
Yes, I did. Like I said, I always stand that.
Right.
I didn't go to school just to go to school. If you didn't blame me,
Right.
I got into martial arts because I came out the Marine Corps. I knew I wasn't gonna fit in the civilian world.
Right.
I'm saying.
Was.
I did Marine stuff.
No.
To
Like
the
killer
point.
stuff. Yes.
Well, Shane, I remember I seen you.
At
I seen videos.
Right, that helped me.
I seen your ass whoopings.
That helped me.
I'm familiar with your work.
But again, I can release and train at the same time.
Right.
And with my first sensei was my cousin also. He was a Marine.
Right.
So when I was having my issues, I had somebody to talk to.
Right.
And I said, let me say all the time too, I know I'm his favorite Southern guy and whatnot. When I first went to Okinawa, I met a cousin the first night in Okinawa.
Whoa.
And that was Timmy's brother, Dale.
Right.
Then I came back to Cherry Point, got married in '86, got a house, whatnot. Mark moved right next door to me. That was his other brother.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was in the Corps, I had that bloodline keeping me based.
Right.
Then the fact that it was 8 of us from Reading, stationed down there. Rick Suber was with me. He lived right down the street. 8 route circle. I got 23 route circle. Mark moved into 25. That's when they hooked up. I got cousin next door.
Right.
Homeboy down the street. Oh yeah, I can sleep good.
So basically, your whole family was in it.
I got 23 Marines.
23 Marines?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Army guy.
No, we got some Army boys in there too, but we had Harper at 23. A lot of blood can handle that. Our highest one, and we're all proud of her, most decorated one, Tiffany. She outranks us all. She's a gunnery sergeant.
Oh.
And she's still in, you know, God bless her right now. She's
Dedicated.
Again, she's one of them, we're all like, don't tell her what we can't do.
Don't say no more.
So then I came home looking back to civilian, because I can't stay on that line so long.
That's what's up. That's Shion Maurice right here. Now let's get to Shion Cornell. That's Smooth Ninja right there. Come on, Smooth Ninja, introduce yourself.
Hey, Shion Cornell Yard. I started back in '74.
And that was with Jerry, right?
First started with Jerry. That was my brother's friend. He went into the Marines, came back. He was a brown belt. They took me under his arms and trained with him a few years.
No, he was Okinawan brown.
Now Kenpo, yeah.
There's only 3 belts over there, in case y'all didn't know that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep
White,
on.
green, and black,
Keep
right?
White or brown, black.
Keep on, keep
Trained
on.
with him a couple
Colors,
years.
crazy, man.
Trained with him a couple of years, then he moved to Connecticut. Then I got with Terry Hayford. Terry Hayford, he was training under Sensei Duncan, Professor Duncan. So I with him a couple of years, then he moved to Philadelphia.
Right.
So I was just in limbo at the time.
But you still kept training, though,
Kept
right?
training myself.
Because I can see that. I remember I tried to
Yeah.
kick you in the ground one day. You caught you.
And from there, I got with Tim
Right.
Robinson.
Right.
And I went through the ranks with him, finished up second degree with him. Second degree. Staying with him a few years, then he moved to Florida.
Right. I remember that.
So moved to Florida. He wanted me to take over the school. I was like, I don't have the time, or or the knowledge to. I didn't feel right.
You was a showdown though at the time.
Second degree.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Nina.
Nina. No,
Yeah.
Nina.
Yeah. So when he left, there was a boy. A couple of years gone by, kept myself, training myself, till I got with you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then I would go down to Professor with Tim too.
Yeah.
That was
No,
my first time going down with Tim.
we went to the cross training events.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
we went to this.
Yes.
You didn't go to the one Storm Kings with us though. Like we went to first Storm Kings.
You went to
back
first
in
one.
2000.
Yeah.
Went to that first one. That's why I saw Mr. Handstand up there. Mr. Handstand.
You remember that knife throwing competition?
Yeah, we had the nitro. Yeah, man. Wait, I remember. I think you went. Now, guys, it was twice. Professor used to have us, like all the underbells, had to sneak into the dorms and try and take out the Shion. So if you get caught, they won't bust you up. That's the most trick. But finish up, Shion. Finish up. So
That's when I got with Professor, and he used to love his weapons.
nice.
Like he'd be outside, seminars going on, he'd be outside throwing his knives, anything he could throw, he loved it,
That's what I'm doing when it gets nice and everybody comes up again, because it's raining. If it wasn't raining, I have boards. I'm gonna have to throw some knives and just mess around.
Yeah.
But keep going. I'm sorry, I want to
I remember the one time he was in there doing self-defense, he showed the technique we're doing it. I had the man down, and as the professor walks past, the professor is up. Is this okay? He said, I think you did enough. I think you did enough damage.
That sounds like it. That was the demonstrated. I was like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, it's been great years, it helped me out a lot because in my younger days in school, I used to just pick on people, just to
What?
get them to come at me.
Get out of
Yeah,
here,
I used to
man.
just pick on people. I was,
This
you
fool
know,
ninja, you know what
I
I
was
mean?
miserable. My parents used to like, I used to go to people's house and they were like, oh, come get Cornell. He was acting up because I couldn't keep still.
Right,
You know, so the arts kind of like humbled me a little bit to the point that I wouldn't push people to come at me, and you know, it didn't matter who they be,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
I used to just mess with people to aggravate them, but grew since then.
Yeah.
Now you only
It's
bust
been
balls a little
been
bit.
a good path. Now, everybody knows me as laid back.
That's what's up, man. But I knew Cornell, like I said, you know, from Maurice Cornell, you know, coming up together, you know what I mean? And Cornell and Maurice helping out, these two guys have been in my side. Same with Gallagher. All right, so let's get with Sheon Gallagher again. He's back again.
Sheon Patrick Gallagher. I can't leave. No.
Get him up.
I started my training in 1986. I was 5 in Woodhaven, 90th Street, Jamaica, where I was from. We had the J train. It was a rough area. I had two most important, influential men in my life, early in life, and that was Sensei Felix Vasquez and Sensei Robert Hernandez. And I believe these gentlemen put me on the right path of the martial art training.
Yeah.
I was a student with them before I moved out of Queens. My parents moved me and my sister out. I was around 12. So when I got my Shodan, it was a big ordeal because Vasquez and Hernandez came out to Ali Alberigo, who I was training with, who was still part of the system at the time, and they were there to hand me my Shodan. And then
That's what's up.
I got my Nidan when I was 18 years old. You guys saw the black belt from 18 years today.
I've seen it.
And when Ali Alberigo totally changed night and day from Vasquez's style, which is similar to a sensei style of ninjutsu, to who he trained with in Japan, Tanimura sensei, it was night and day different. I left because it wasn't what I was doing.
So you wasn't feeling comfortable. You just had to keep, because you wanted to kind of stay with the same thing.
It was nonsense. It was nonsense martial arts, and I've been training, and you know everything was geared for the street. And once I saw that, I didn't want no part of it.
Right.
I mean, I did take a trip to go to Japan to meet Tanimura and get the experience.
Wait, now hold on, not to cut you off, but he's in them pictures with Tim, with Robinson. You know what I mean? Because you see, you're up in there with Rob Perez and
Yes.
that's when he said like wherever you guys were training at, and he said there was this guy walking around, everybody's like konnichiwa, konnichiwa.
They had this chant, this Japanese chant. I'm just like, yo, I just want to know how to protect myself in the street. That's mainly why I'm here.
But when he was in Japan, it was a whole other ball game. That's
When I
what
was in Japan, it was interesting because I left the mark that Tanimura never forgot me. Sensei Ariza was acting up on the floor with me, and I had to show Ariza what was up in front of Tanimura, and that Tanimura never forgot me because years after that he saw me in a diner when I was no longer with Ali, and he called me over to their table where they were all sitting down eating. Specifically, like, isn't that one of your students? And I came over, I said hi, I didn't have anything bad against Tanimura.
Right.
So after I left Ali Alberigo, 18, I was training at that time Perez. Rob Perez was a brother of mine, and we got promoted first degree, second degree together, like alongside. He had a school, so I sought refuge in the school because they used to call his school the House of Pain. And it was the House of Pain. It wasn't that Ninpo stuff that
Don't jump around. Don't jump around.
Yeah. Perfect for me, right? So after that, you know, me and Perez, we didn't see eye to eye on certain things, and I branched out on my own, and I started training with Sigu and Greg Zilbin, traditional Shaolin, Northern Kung Fu.
Right.
What an eye-opening experience it was, coming from ninjutsu to the Chinese arts, Shaolin. I believe it well-rounded me off. I believe that it made me more fluent, less rigid, more fluent, and also more tools to pull from out of the basket, you know?
Good.
So I trained with Sigu and Greg Zill for about 5 years. I didn't really get any black belt rank or anything. I was just there to learn something new, something to add different. And then my schedule changed, and I could no longer attend the classes, but that's when I started training with Professor Ronald Duncan, specifically a disciple of his. I want to say at the end of 2005, 2006, I was strictly under Sensei Ronald Duncan. And when I got there, he remembered who I was as a child, which was amazing because, you know, you don't think that these high people up were going to remember, you know, underbelts. But he remembered me.
Well, in fact, you're an excellent practitioner. And I
Thank you.
that's who you come
Thank
from. I mean, it was.
So
Go ahead, finish up.
Sensei Duncan was like the finishing school because I already came to him with special abilities, and he verified all that, and from then on it was just being shot out of the cannon with him. So very, very interesting experiences I've had. It's definitely helped me out in my life tremendously. I use it every day. You know, now I don't want to beat nobody up. I want to diffuse the situation without, like, it's like the art of war. You want to win against your opponent without fighting, right?
Right.
So I used to be a little mischievous, but the martial arts helped keep me in check. You know.
Alright, well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Alright, so now we got an introduction to everybody. Now this is not, this is not like a straight like production thing. This is how you gonna get real as it could be. I want to start off by thanking Hanshi and all his students for coming down today.
Yes.
I appreciate you coming down. I'm blessed.
We love you, brother.
Congratulations on the Shion rank. Thank you for coming too.
Thank you.
Go down the line. Us blessed. My man Shion Form always got my back. Us. Man, got like a us. You know what I mean?
My brother right here.
I want to give these guys the blessings here for coming down and support me. The martial arts world is very political. I don't want it to be political. I want us to be a family because it don't matter what you do, what you train in, what you learn. I like the each one teach one. That's the Sanukas one. And each one we can all learn from each other.
Absolutely.
You know, Professor Duncan always said it the best. It's not the art itself, but the man who does it. All you guys have great talent. You know, excellent practitioner. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about, you know, Hanshi, how he started off with his school, you know, the teaching, you know, the fun we had in martial arts, the experiences, you know, what we got out of it, you know, how you help people with it. You know, we're just gonna have a normal conversation, you know, and everybody's we're just gonna talk about the best experience. We're gonna talk about Hanshi first. So Hanshi, how do you start off? What made you want to get a school? You know what I mean?
Well, I started off in 1970. That's when I originally started the martial arts, and by the time back then, a kid couldn't be a black belt.
Right.
You had to be what they call a
I remember
junior
that.
black belt.
I remember that.
And I was like, that's not fair. Why can I be a black belt? I'm doing everything the adults are doing, but just because I'm a fast learner, I'm penalized.
Right.
So by the time I was 15, my instructor put me over one of the rec centers in my town. So that's when I started teaching at age 15. And from that experience, you know, I knew early on in my life that I was a teacher.
Right.
Early on, I said, wow, I can teach people how to do things, and and I'm not, in school, I was not the smartest kid. I'm like F student. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then out of school, here it is. I'm this guy that can teach their kids how not to get in trouble. But then before all this happened, I was a trouble kid. I was the one who got in trouble, got in fights, and then all of a sudden it flipped. And when it flipped, I was like, oh, this is my calling. Teaching is my calling. So in '86, I opened up my official school in '86, and I was fortunate enough to have an instructor that was not selfish. He was like, no, I'm giving you everything I got. And when he got to the point where he couldn't give me anymore, he said, I don't have any more, and I was able to find people. And it's ironic, I just met this man today, and we done ran across each other, people on and on and on. When you said Allie was my business mentor in the school.
Yeah, that's one thing about it. He's been running really successful schools.
He was my business mentor. And when I found that out, I was like, I would never ever work a job.
Expect to run into him, right?
I never thought I'd run into him, but as far as taking care of my family, I knew then I would never work a job. This is all I do. Kicking and punching, I love, but being able to get paid for something you love doing is the best feeling you'll ever get. So I'm always like, I know a lot of martial artists say, well, I don't want to make money with it. That's fine if that's for you, but why would you go and work on a job and you know you got this art? We're like doctors. We're like lawyers. We specialize in the things that we know, but yet we don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Or we feel bad when we tell someone, yeah, it's gonna cost you right at $250 for me to give you that.
Well, behind you, what you basically explaining is we got good talent that should be really appreciated.
It should be appreciated, and we should be accommodated for the things that we have. Now this weekend, we all shared.
Right.
That's what builds you up, because every time you're around another good martial artist, you like, you see, he did it a little different. You suck that energy in, you suck that knowledge in, you suck that technique in. And you just keep growing and growing, and no matter how old you get, you're gonna always grow. If you're doing the right things.
Well, like these two right here.
If you're humble, I always tell people you have to remain humble enough to say, this man can teach me something. Everybody, you can't know every single thing. You can't you can't teach me nothing. You want another style. Oh, that don't work for me. No.
Well, I mean, that's all you guys do. Have you ever run into somebody, I'm a soapy guy, right? Look how you're helping me. And you have good intentions. You ever run into somebody where you have good intentions? And you do like they do a highlight. Yeah, hold on, wait, you may want to pull it up and they go, shit. Have you ever got that type of attitude? You guys ever run into that?
Absolutely, you're gonna run into that. I'll never forget one of your old friends. I'm gonna say his name. I'm gonna say his name.
Go ahead.
Sophie Fields, This guy was teaching out of my school, because I hired other instructors to run out of my school, so they might can't afford to go get a building. They might, plus I want to teach them the business side. And what else can I do is you teach here, get your clientele up, and then you move out.
Right.
That's what I do. Well, this one particular time, he's trying to, I've been doing rollouts since I was like I said, I started when I was 6 years old.
You Cambridge, right?
Right. Yeah, so he telling me, and he trying to tell my students behind my back, they gotta roll the way he rolled. And I'm like, I would never, one thing you don't do is, I'm gonna share with his students, but I would never go tell them, don't do it that way.
Right.
Do it my way. You don't do that, you know.
But
But-
now, Hans, let me ask you this. I mean, so do you feel that's more of a controlling thing?
I feel like that, back to what I said at the beginning about being humble. I feel like when you're a martial artist and you're not a humble man, you don't really have a place in the martial art world. You're gonna break that chain that we have. You said it earlier, this is our family.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get bigger. We got 2 more back there, we got 1 over there.
Right.
This is not gonna be like this long.
Right.
You're gonna be promoting him, I'm gonna be promoting them to the point where they say, oh, I'm in the circle. But if you're not humble, that's when you break that chain. You can come to my house and spend the night, we can work out, we can do this. I just met him today. They know they welcome to come. If they in North Carolina and they ain't got nowhere to go, where they gonna come? Hey, Hunchie, hey man, I'm coming through. That ain't no problem.
Yeah. Welcome to the family, gathering.
Yeah, you gonna
And you too,
you got somewhere to eat, sleep, and you gonna have a good time. And it ain't gonna cost you nothing. I don't want nothing from you. It's all about we brothers. I genuinely love you to the point where you are welcome in my house like that. You know what I mean?
And look, I can vouch for that. This gentleman can too. Auntie, you know, he just reached out to me out the blue. You know, and you know what I went through.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of fucking bullshit,
Yes,
excuse
sir.
my French. Well, he was like, hey, what's the A, B, and C? And I'm like, what you gonna do, man? You know what I mean? And then I went down there, and I didn't want nothing, but hey, I was good with, I got fed, I got home, we trained, we learned from each other, you know what I mean? We had a good time. My card play over here, he not play spades, so you good for later on.
I ain't seen
But-
that yet,
but-
but anyway,
but-
that's another conversation.
But long story short, you know, the family orientation, it was no division. We had to help each other. It don't matter the title or the rank, but if one of us is doing something wrong, I stab wrong, I cut wrong, I do my stance. Hey, wait, she not there. Okay, that's what's up. I don't go, well, I'm the master. You shouldn't be talking to me like. And I see, I ain't gonna say no names.
Again,
But
you know
again,
what I mean?
but you see a lot of that. It's like, look, remember your cousin told me, what's he now? Shion, the master? Obviously. Okay, I was gonna say, like, so I remember Sensei Robinson told me to read the Black Belt book. And I read one, there's different stories in there, and long story short, I read one, empty your cup
Empty your cup.
and fill it with tea, right? And I was like, that stuck with me when I was only a green belt. And that's why I don't really have this high ego, you know, because everybody, you know, people think like rank is you think you're seeking rank, you're seeking a title, you're seeking fame. Look, we all love the martial arts.
That's right.
I feel like that's how martial arts is now in America. Well, now it's all about this MMA sports style. You know, I feel
Yeah,
like traditional
that's
arts
right.
are fading away.
Well, it's more of the business. But, well, can we like look? So all of us, it is more of the entertainment. They've turned more into the entertainment aspect. Actually doing the art because
I always say this is the new tough man contest.
Yeah, the new tough man.
It's fine.
What happened to the discipline of working your mind and because I know you've seen it a lot. Why is it I always see high ranking degrees are so eager to beat somebody up? You know, especially like a beginner. So beginner. You know, like you get the white belts when they punch you, heat seeker.
I love working with
Yeah,
white
right,
belts.
right.
It really keeps
So-
you on your toes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know?
So you know they hit you and like I've seen masters get hit by white belt and then like why do you do that?
I think that's more ego. Man, their ego's so puffed up.
You know what I mean? But hold on, wait, now, all you guys look, but hold on, all you guys seen action. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody out there who trying to hurt you,
Yeah.
and you can't turn the girl hit me like that out of shit. You know what I mean?
A prime example was today with Benny. Benny is
Off.
underbelt, and he's training with all this experience. and all of us, my thumb got the bleeding where he hit me. I'm like, did I go off? You hit me, you know, you don't do that. You know, how many times you teach the white belt and you get kicked in the groin? You know, you don't know what they're gonna do. You just standing there, they boom. They're like, dang, oh, I didn't know you were to do that. So, you know, it's not about, you know, your ego. If you have an ego problem, you need to leave it at the door. You know, and the other thing I would say is, you know, you said it, but the way we said it in our school, we always teach people, they always say, what does that white belt mean? And I always say it means pure, humble, and no knowledge.
Right.
And they say, what is the no knowledge? I mean, when you come in my school, I want you to come in here wanting to learn. Don't come in here with so much knowledge I can't teach you something.
So let me ask you this. You know, you get all these people, all this knowledge coming train. Why do they want to train with you when you already know everything?
If you already know everything.
You know, I can't.
I can't, because they want to learn tricks. They can teach me how, we was talking about putting people to sleep the other day. MMA, we see, those of us that are practitioners know daggone well, there is no fight to rear naked choke. It's not a choke.
Right.
We used to get beat if we didn't put them to sleep in 10 seconds. All that, they go grab it all you want. It's the cut that knocks them out. Not the choke, not the, get them in position.
Hit
That's all right.
the circulation.
Yes.
That's the right thing.
Like I said, we choke out with collars by themselves.
College.
We do it right.
Well, let me ask what it is now. Not bad talking like MMA or anything, but
Bro, from the jump,
I
I'm
love
not
it.
a fan
I'm
of
not
Gracie.
fair.
Put it on the, I ain't a fan of Gracie's at
Yeah,
all.
honestly,
It's
I really
everyone,
want to see
it's
UFC.
It's everyone.
I'm not arguing.
But say no more. But how many those guys, professors, you can't just hit him to hit him.
Right.
How many of those guys really, focus on where to hit the
The
body?
control.
Right, the control.
And again, like we, ours true martial artists and jujitsu, we set up everything from Jump Street.
Yeah.
We don't go straight from the.
I think both you guys are like this. Remember the homeboy, the karate guy? He went to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, and he stood up the whole time.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
couldn't take him down. They're like, you need to get on the ground. And he's like, what is it? Oh, you saw that, right? You saw that. But then again, I'll be diplomatic. All of us could fight.
Yeah.
We go out protect ourselves. I don't go out looking for it.
No.
Right.
But you get them guys out there, they in the bar, they get a couple of these and
Again, tough man content, tough man attitude.
Yeah.
I'll take a punch, or I'll kick him in the leg and
You
then
know-
tackle.
you know-
How long did it take us to avoid and learn how to parry?
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we were always taught from the beginning, you want to walk away from the fight. You want to save face honorably, not only for you, but for the opponent, because you want to, I was always taught, this is from my dad. My dad's an army man. He was actually the first one that taught me how to throw a knife. And then,
Oh, well, that's
and
what's
then,
up, man.
and then Professor just cleaned it up.
Right, right.
But my dad always said, you wanna leave the other man a way out where he can leave
Right.
gracefully or honorably still, but having face. It's not, it's like backing a man up into a corner, and like any animal. You back
Yeah.
somebody in the corner, they're gonna.
You gotta fight to get out.
Right.
We was always talking ourselves. We're not unbeatable. We're just not worth the effort to fight.
But we're not saying that MMA or grappling is bad, because it does have its time and place, but
In the
But
octagon, you get out in the street,
what they say? What they say? That they ain't no ref in the street.
right?
But the problem is how we're talking. When people have time invested on what they do, it is hard for them to let go.
It's a show.
Yeah, so it's like a boxer. Now I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember when I had Cornell was there for my black belt test. When I had to run all them miles and come back, and they destroyed the shit out of me. Excuse me, friends. Destroyed the garbage, and this guy's going, patting this, patting that, patting this, and my boy was like, yo, why don't you go jump on him then? No. But I'm like, yo, you're a legend in your own mind. I don't bash you for what you do.
Right. Well, like I said, it's gonna keep going back to being humble. It's
Right.
gonna keep. I don't care how you look at it, how you slice it. Are you a humble man?
But let me ask you this, all you guys, this. we all train hard. You know, do you feel like more people worried about what you're doing and you're not worried about them? Do you think that bothers people? You know, like more, because personally, I'm trying to make you know, we can all make ourselves better by helping each other. But
You know what I used to do? I used to just go to other people's schools, different styles. I'd
Well-
not tell them who I was and just
Yeah.
get there and train, and they would say, "You've been trained already." I
Yeah.
said, "No, man."
But no, I'm going off of like, so I know Hanchi trains, right? But you have the other people who train and worry what he's doing.
But I did that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so I can get to see what they're doing. This way, I
Oh,
can.
no. I'm talking about, it's different from going in, it's like me going into, like, say I'm going into a housekeeping school. I don't really know people. You know, so I'm trying to learn how to extract and stuff. So I'm looking at you in that way. I'm talking about, you have the people who are racing you to the top when it comes to what's around your waist.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean
There's no race here. It doesn't matter what rank, either you know, comes to, you can fight, you can't fight.
That's what Osensei used to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't look for the fights.
No.
Because when people, I'm pretty sure everybody else is the same page here.
Well, that's a real martial artist.
Right.
That they used to teach.
Right, but I always used to go, there's cats who be like, yo, I'm gonna F you up. And I'm like, what makes you think I ain't gonna swing back?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's afraid man, so I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Like, what makes you think, none of you guys are gonna like, what makes you think this is gonna be easy? It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what I'm saying when it comes to different arts and these people get these big heads.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a difference. What I'm gonna say, I don't put on anybody, but
No.
where I'm from, down south, you don't see a lot of that.
Right.
You don't see a lot of people. You do see envy. You do see people. You know, I've had people come by my school and sit in the back with the parents, and you know,
Just kind of critique.
right, trying to see what I'm doing. But me myself, you know, I want to help you. If you come to me
Yeah.
and say, hey man, I'm about to close my school up, which I have done. I went to someone's school, the lights was off, I had to get the lights turned on, I paid for it out of my pocket. Don't even know you got that well. I said, no, we're gonna get your lights on, we're gonna get your 30 students in here, we're gonna make sure your school don't shut down. But to me, it's about, if you're a true martial artist, it's about being humble and sharing.
Right.
You know, I shouldn't worry about what you're doing. I shouldn't worry about if I can kick your butt. I shouldn't worry about how good a fighter you are. Because if you're not a good fighter, and you say to me, man, I need to work on my fight game, and I can help you on your fight game, I should be able to do that.
Right.
If you say, well, I'm not good at kata, and you come to me or go to him, well, if I can't do it, I said, well, I know someone else. I don't like knives. I've been stabbed 3 times.
Right.
You know, and when you came in my life, you were like, no, Hunty, let me show you this, let me show you that. I'm like, man, you don't know. If I pull my clothes off, you'd be like, dang, no, Hunty, you got stabbed right there too.
Yeah, you showed me something kind of bad.
Yeah, so I'm like, so for me, I believe in cross training to the core. I believe that I come to you, show me. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want my students to be at a point where they just think I know every single thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I want them to be at a point where I do want them to come to me if they have an interest in something, and then give me the opportunity to say, well, you know, that's not my cup of tea, but I have a family of martial artists. Hey, Gallagher, can you come down? I need side work.
Bam.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pat, can you come down, man? I need some knife work.
Right.
You know,
That's
come down, can you come down? I need self-defense work. Whatever we working on that's different than what I do. You know, Camper, can you come down, man? I know you got a shoulder con background, but I need something a little different than what I do. And then, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So for me, we don't see that as much down south. Like up here, you got guys, you know, calling out your name and talking to your students. Like, you got good students, they gonna call your student up and what is you doing?
Yeah.
Ain't none of my business what you doing.
Right.
I don't ask you what you doing. I'll be like, hey man, I just call and check on you. everything good. We might talk an hour, we might talk 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just wanna know how you doing.
Yeah. And I think we all do that with each other.
You know what I mean? So for me, I guess I look at it a little bit different. I don't worry about what other people are doing. I don't care. Right now, by me being one of the rankingest guys in my area, the other martial artists call me. We got one martial artist everybody calling me about. And like I keep telling them, guys, don't call my phone talking about this man. This man is doing what he do.
Yeah,
Leave him alone. You know, if that's what he do, that's what he do. You know, I can't go. I done went to him like everybody. I talked to him. It didn't do no good. I can't go over there and make him stop. You know what I mean?
Again, they try to take it back to the old days, the head Shiites want to go to school because somebody don't like them with their
And I do
Who they
Shiites.
are.
I believe in doing Shiites.
Yeah.
To this day, I believe in doing Shiites. And hey man, bring your students over. It's just gonna be us, and we're gonna call somebody else to make it, you know, not
Right.
so head
Yeah.
up.
Right.
I believe in that, but I don't believe in
Yeah,
taking
trying to
that.
stay off the board, yeah.
I don't believe in after the Shiite me and you gonna fight and I'm gonna try to kill you. I believe the proof is in the pudding. The proof is not in me. The proof is in my students.
Yes.
If my students are good and they beat your students, so be it.
Yeah.
You need to do something better than what you're doing. That ain't my fault.
Alright, so gentlemen, let's do this. We're gonna take a break. Go ahead, cut it.